Hello again, YouTube. I'm Gabo here, and I'm here to do my third part, okay, of the tutorial and guide for how to set up a mode booting on your Mac-like machine, okay. And as I said, I'm sitting on a MacBook Pro, okay, and well, for the first and second parts of this video, I cover things like what is this video for and why motorboating, well, and and I give you a little and not so deep, not so good, not so clearly introduction to partition tables, bootloaders, and file systems. Okay, so up to now, all you really need to know is that these names are important, and I'm going to use them. And if you want more information and uh, documentation about what these concepts are, you can look up on the internet, either on Ubuntu community, because this is a very rich and very uh, well documented uh, uh, address, and or Arch Linux wiki, or simply Arch wiki, okay, which is a very well documented uh, wiki with very deep very deep information stuff. Well, but sometimes a little misleading, not misleading, but uh, well, not so beginner friendly. Okay, and Life Hacker, which is a blog, I guess. Well, it's another address, and this is about pretty much everything we're gonna need for this guide, okay? And later I'm gonna show you a specific post, a specific post of them, which covers up a little of how to set up partitions for your MacBook setup, okay? So these are the three you can look for to do your homework about these concepts I showed you, okay? And now we're going to enter the juicy stuff, okay? The preparations uh, of your setup. And for this, the first thing you're going to do is know your Mac, okay? So if you are like me, uh, a desktop Mac user, not much of a hard Mac user, or end stuff, juice stuff Mac user, as I might say, you probably don't know that yet. And I'm gonna show you. Click your Apple and about this Mac, more info, and there you're going to look up to your model identifier, which mine is MacBook Pro 5,5, okay. You can see here. Let me zoom in. Oh crap. Okay, model identifier, as you can see, model identifier. And if you know that, well, it will going to help you very much when you are looking for specifics about your machine on the Ubuntu community. I'm going to show you how is it good. MacBook Pro. And when you're going to, well, you're going to someday need to know specifics about the installation, and I can help you, but since I'm using uh, this specific model of Mac machine, I'm going to follow these guides of how to set up uh, open your drives and install drives and, well, get pretty much everything hardware-ish working. But I'm not going to cover on this video every single, okay, this is a lot of models of Mac machines, actually MacBook Pros, and there is documentation about MacBook Pros and iMacs and Mac Minis, I guess, okay, and MacBooks too, Mac Air, and you will have to do your homework, okay? But now I'm going to make you pay attention about that and uh, go on, okay? So seriously, have a plan, okay? This is very important because, well, on my experience, I I pretty much now have this, I guess, and I like to think beautiful setup here on having a partition for Mac OS, a partition for Windows XP, a partition for FreeBSD, a partition for data sharing, a partition for Debian Linux, a partition for Linux Mint, a partition for Ubuntu Linux, and a partition for Arch Linux. And Linux swap partition, which I'm going to explain later. But, well, to do this and have this in the end, you have to plan early a little bit, because, well, Mac don't do anything for you. That's the wholly true story. Okay, so what you're going to do now is describe a simple plan here. Going to call R plan for now. Okay, and our plan is to, let's break it down. Okay, our plan is to set up a multi-booting machine with, well, Mac OS, because we in losing that up when counting it down, and now I'm gonna tell you why is it important. A Windows can be XP, can be Vista, and it can be 7, and maybe others, and at least one, two Linux installations, okay? So that's the OS side of things, and before after that we're gonna want to have one single data sharing partition. This is what bugs me when I look up on the YouTube and I don't see any, and I mean any guide, and this is about why I'm doing this guide, because I don't see any guide telling you how to do that stuff precisely and completely. All guides we look up to are about, well, setting up a Mac OS X with Windows 7, which is pretty easy, I must say, pretty easy, okay? Or Mac OS X with Ubuntu, and wow, a little bit more difficult but easy, okay? Or a Mac OS, Windows, and Ubuntu, or any other Linux, which is a little bit confusing and a little bit more difficult, but easy enough, I guess. When it comes to planning ahead, your setup, and things like that, and things like what I'm going to discuss with you now. So, and no one, I mean, no one do videos and, uh, well, videos like stuff uh, about and covering things like using data sharing partition to all your OSs and uh, more efficient uh, partition schemes to put your OSs together. So this is what we're going to do now. Okay, we're going to set up a nice and easy and clean uh, setup. Oh, sorry for the redundancy. So, well, this is our plan till now, by now, and for this is the things we're going to use and need from most of the, the preparation part and the before the installation part and the doing part. Okay, so something I'm going to show you before starting this is if you go to Ubuntu community and put there your MacBook Pro and try triple boot, and you're going to, is that one? That is this? Well, no. You're going to see a pretty beautiful. Oh crap! I don't know where is it. Well, you're going to see a pretty beautiful documentation. Here it is. No, it isn't there. Oh crap! So if you're looking up on the Ubuntu community, you're going to get a very good documentation about how to try to set up a triple booting machine. Okay, that is, and but this isn't quite what we need. Okay, because the triple booting is, and if you follow the guide, you're going to set up the very straightforward. Going to do a good setup, but you won't get the the single data sharing partition and the possibility of having more than one actually Linux install. So for this, we're going to use refind and gdisk and not refit, which is the program, the application, or I don't know, thing. Well, Ubuntu community tells you to use, but this one is very outdated, and this project ended and pass this succession to refined, as you can see by the 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 name refined and refeed comes to an EFI alteration variation. Okay, so refined, you go online and look up for refined. This is the preparation stuff, and it's very important that you set up this things very smoothly, very smooth. Okay, so you click here on I don't know if you're gonna see that getting refined. Okay, so you go there. Oh crap. Okay, you go there, getting refined, and get a binary zip file. This is what you want. Okay, and yay, going to to put you in a mirror or something, and there it is, refined. Okay, but sorry to do this to you. You're going to not get now, because I will explain later. Okay, but you're going to go to sourceforge.net/projects/refine/files/ and I guess that will lead me to the, yes, that leads me to the right place. Okay, so please don't use the 0.7 uh, versions of Refine, because all my experience, and I don't know if 7.4 up to now is updated with this, but if you going to set up, going to do a setup with BIOS and not just EFI, which is the case of Windows XP, which is the one I'm using in this machine. You will be wanting to have the uh, 6.0, sorry, 0.6 and prior versions, okay? Because the 0.7 is not working very well and not booting Windows very well, very smoothly. So this is what you want, okay? 0.0.6.12 or prior, but I recommend you to go to .12 because this is very good one, very stable one. Okay, and now we have refined, which in my case is already on its place, and we want gdisk, and oh, gdisk was going to give me a little heartache. Okay, so no, it's not it. It's not it. Here, gdisk, as you can see on sourceforge.net too. You come here and you look for the download gdisk. Okay, and probably it's going to probably it's going to give you a .dmg, which is very nice because it's ISO. No, it's a image. It's a drive image install thing. Sorry, it's there. So up to now we have the gdisk, which I'm going to put this in on my desktop, and we're going to use sorry, I didn't got refined because refine is something about here. Okay, going to use refine 0.6.12. Here are things, and you probably can make all through this tutorial, this guide, this setup without a thumb drive or a pin drive or, well, 8 gig something, or maybe 4 gig something drive, but you're going to want that to make our setup because it will be very handy. Okay, so as you can see, where is mine? I don't know. I'm going to get it to part 4, and you're going to want the thumb drive because it's very handy to do the installations. Okay, and well, other things you have to prepare for is backing up stuff. Okay, be careful, be very careful about that, be very mindy about that, because HDD, you stupid HDD. Well, back up your stuff. Okay, if you didn't already set up anything on your Mac, and you have a fresh install, it's okay to not set up, to not back up anything. But if you have, like me, more than 400 gigs in your main drive, and you don't want to lose stuff, and probably if you follow my guide thoroughly, sorry, you you won't be losing much data, but you can mess up, and the installments of a variety of Linux OSs can mess up a little, and probably you will be losing data, and you don't want that to happen. So, so please back up your stuff and have an external HDD, which is very handy too, in addition to the thumb drive, because the thumb drive is you will be formatting it like each other hour to make your setup to make a setup of 7 or more OSs, but you get your HDD, okay, your external HDD, and have all your things backed up. Okay, backed up. One thing more that I did with my HDD, and that's very easy to do, is get your media installation, your Mac OS X media installation DVD, okay, and load up on your Mac. I'm not going to show you that because probably you know how to do that. If you don't, you shouldn't be messing up very much with the partitions and all stuff, because you have have to have mastered basically the ways to make a fresh and soft installation of Mac OS X. Okay, so yeah, get even your Mac OS X installation media, and you can install that on a setup partition on your HDD. Okay, and have another setup of a Mac OS X booting uh, from the HDD that you can use to, well, resolve and fix stuff if you broke anything. I hope that this is not going to happen with you, but you probably want that too. It's a beautiful tool. Apple, yay! Apple pretty much lets you have like 4 or 5 installations of the same OS, not much like Windows, which um, only sells you one OS per computer. Okay, and well, do this. This will be very handy. Look up in the online to know how to do that, because I'm not going to show you. I can show you my setup here. You're going to see that on my HDD I have where is it? Boom, 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 boom. I have a partition with Mac OS X. Okay, you can see here on my applications, my user folder, my library folder, my system folder, home and net, and on my system folder I have all my libraries of stuff. Okay, and I can show you now, but this is it's like my other Mac booting from the external hard drive. Okay, so it's very handy. Do that, please, and backup our stuff, and have a pen drive. Okay, so I'm going to cut now because I guess we ended the preparation stuff and mind this plan, okay, for the next part, and please stay tuned. Bye bye.